Hey everybody, in this video we're going to do a little bit more with GET requests with our servers, and we're going to actually start working with real data, well technically fake data, but you'll see what I mean. And then we're going to start testing this in Postman because while doing a GET request in the browsers we saw in some of the previous videos works just fine, we can see our JSON, that's not what we're going to be doing. What we'll want to use to really test our servers while we're building them is Postman. Now you should have been using Postman. I'll scroll over here so you can see it. You should have been using this when you were learning a bit of front end, when you're making HTTP requests to third-party APIs and servers. This is a great tool for testing third-party APIs, but it's an even better tool for testing your own API. You can come in here, make GET requests, post requests, put, delete, all that to your own API and make sure all your endpoints work. So this is the first video where we're going to practice that and actually send some data here to Postman. All right, so let's jump in. We're still on the same server here, and right now we're just sending a single object back in our GET request. But let's change this endpoint to users and instead send back an array of users. So I'm going to take out this object and make some fake data. So while I'm writing this, why am I calling this fake data? Well, the reason is because we're not using a database yet. While you're learning servers and APIs, it's easiest to leave that last piece out of it and just understand the concept of receiving client requests and sending a response. So whatever we can do to simplify that learning, we're going to do, and then we'll add in that last piece, the database, later. So for the entirety of the next handful of lessons and assignments you'll be doing, this is what you'll be doing. You'll be making fake data and sending that fake data along for the ride. And we can still manipulate this with post and put requests. The only downside of using fake data in this case is every time your server restarts or refreshes, any changes that have been made get reverted back to your initial data set. And you'll see what I mean here when we get into this. So let me just finish this off. All right, so there's our awesome array of users. And when we do a GET request to /users, we want to send back this entire array. So instead of sending that single object, we will send all of our users. Okay, let's do a GET request to this. So in Postman, I've got this new request here. I'll say go to localhost 9000 /users and go ahead and hit send. Oh no, what could have happened? Now, this is something you'll see frequently while you're developing, at least at first with servers. I could not get a response from my server. What could it be? Well, it could be a couple things. A common error is that something has broken. But can you spot what is wrong here that's causing this error? Maybe you caught it beforehand, but yes, my server is not running. So I'm going to call Notamon server.js here. I'm going to start it up, and now it's live. We can request from it. Great, and there is our array of objects. Perfect. So I know I did that pretty quick, but this is something that you'll need to practice with, especially with Postman interacting with your own API. So definitely take time here and practice. Build your own array of objects, whatever data you'd like. Craft your own GET request endpoint, and do this in Postman so you can see your data. So just to reiterate the process one more time in case you get stuck. I have my server set up here with the import and the creation of my server, and my server listening down here. I have my route that listens to GET requests at /users. And when it receives that, it sends a response of users, which is this variable here that holds my array of data. So do this, again, any kind of data set you'd like, any kind of endpoint you'd like, just to familiarize yourself with this, and then definitely go into Postman and practice. If you don't have Postman, you can go to getpostman.com and download it for free, so definitely do that. All right, once you got a little practice with this, let's move on to the next lesson.